Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be talking to you about vinyl reissues. These are records that I have picked up lately that I think sound fantastic. Of course, we all love finding originals in mint condition for a good price. That is getting harder and harder to do. And in some cases, for me, I am what I say settling, but not really settling for reissues. So for me, I'm just going to be showing you some, giving you a few, maybe some heads up about what I think sounds really good. And then I do have something that's been a really big disappointment, a huge grail, something I've been wanting for years. And I'm going to save that for last because it's a huge disappointment for me that I'm hoping will work out. And I'll tell you about that later. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell, leave a comment. Everything you do helps my channel grow, and I appreciate it so much. So let me go ahead and talk to you about what everybody's talking about right now. And of course, it is the George Harrison 50th anniversary of All Things Must Pass. A great record. I opted for the 3 LP set on colored vinyl. But there's different configurations you can get. There's a 5 LP set, there is an 8 LP set, there's CD sets, and there is a wonderful Uber box set that costs $1,000. Gorgeous. I think it's nice and worthy of having if you have the money and it's just something you really want. I think I would personally love to have those statues of George and the gnomes. I thought that was a really cool aspect of it. So I can't say anything about the CDs, but I think the vinyl packaging was done very well, and I'm very pleased with the packaging on mine. And let me show you the colored vinyl. It's really pretty, and in the pictures a lot of times it looked like it was a black vinyl with green splatter. It's actually a really pretty deep moss green vinyl with green splatter. So it was very well done, very pretty, and I'm not complaining at all. I'm very pleased with the packaging. Having said that, this is my second time making this video, and it's because yesterday morning I woke up and I wanted to make my video today. I wanted to talk about George Harrison's All Things Must Pass, but I wanted to give it a listen so that I could actually talk about the sound quality and what I thought of it. And I listened to it. I kind of came to some quick decisions, shot my video. After I shot my video, I played it again and I changed my tune to some degree about it. So I thought, you know what? I need to reshoot this video and give a fair opinion about it. Because, you know, when I put it on originally, of course, it's an immediate difference. I have the 70s Phil Spector version, and I'm a fan of Phil Spector's work. I thought he did a good job on Let It Be. I thought he did a good job on All Things Must Pass. I never really had any problem with it. But I put this one on. I could immediately tell the difference. George's voice is up front, and that's a good thing for the most part. I love George's voice. He had this incredible sweet spot in his voice that if he was in any other band, he would have been the lead vocalist every time, all day long. But because he was in such tremendous talent, they took turns, and all of them had great singing voices. So he was just one of them with a very special gift. I think that sweet spot in his voice, to me, is incredible. This brings out that sweet spot, but it also brings out some frailties that you used to not see. They didn't clean it up quite as much as Phil Spector had in the past. So you're hearing a little bit of maybe some flaws or frailty in his voice, and it depends on how you like listening to George. For me, in some ways, I liked it because the frailty and the flaws, the imperfections, added to the charm of when he was singing like My Sweet Lord, and he's calling on the Lord, I really want to see you, I really want to know you. I thought that played into the strengths of the mix. At other times, I thought, well, you know, I like how smooth the former mix was. Also, I thought at times the remix was muddy. And I was surprised to hear that. I really wanted to be blown away, and I wasn't. So I made my video, talked about it a little bit, and then I came back to it after my video with, I wouldn't say I had pressure on me, but with no expectations and not worrying about what I needed to say on my video, I gave it another listen just to relax. I also pulled out my 1970s Phil Spector version and gave it a listen too. So first thing I want to say is I liked it a lot better once I had something to compare it to. For one, I thought on this remix the song Wah Wah was a huge mess, and it really turned me off from this remix. But once I heard the 70s version of it, that version is even a bigger mess. I really feel like this remix, they tried to clean that song up. And don't get me wrong, I like the song, I think it's cool. But it's a pretty messy song sonically. I think they did a better version than I even realized. And I also realized how much better the bass is on this remix. They really did a good job with the bass. So having heard the 70s version and really just relaxing and giving it a relaxing listen, I now say I like it a lot better than I did initially. Having said that, I would love for them to have sent the tapes off to Analog Productions, Mobile Fidelity, something like that, because I really do believe it's worthy of an audiophile version. So I have mixed feelings about it, mostly positive. If you do not have this record and you have a hard time finding an original or anything early, I say pick it up. It is worthy of picking up, and in the long run, I do enjoy having it. Having said that, now I'm going to show you a record that I wish George Harrison's All Things Must Pass could have measured up to. It's not quite as good. This is Analog Productions' 45 RPM version of Ted Nugent. This is a great sounding record. And I saw a video with Chad Kasem talking about it. He didn't say this. I'm going to say the cleaned up version of what Chad Kasem said. You listen to Stranglehold on here and it's going to blow your mind. He said something else. I'm going to say blow your mind. And it does. It delivers. In fact, the song Stranglehold, when we have been tinkering with my stereo equipment and my new turntable, we've been putting on Stranglehold. I'm getting kind of tired of it at this point because we've been listening to it so much. Because the sound quality is killer. It is a great sounding record. So I wish all rock albums could sound as good as what Analog Productions did on this one. Now, having said that, the originals were recorded very well to start with. So they had very good bones to work with. And Analog Productions just knocked it out of the park with that one. Really, really love it. There's the original cover that came with it. Really love it. And now I want to talk about a few Record Store Day records. I have had mixed feelings about Record Store Day. I've had some very disappointing records with some very poor sound quality. This year, I was pleasantly surprised. Here's one of the records I was actually shocked about. This sounds fantastic. Miles Davis Champions. This is from the Complete Jack Johnson's sessions. These are just separate, different takes of songs. Very cool to listen to. I believe it was cut by Bernie Grundman, but even if it wasn't, I think I'm right. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. This sounds incredible. My husband picked this one up for me when he was in Colorado. It was a Record Store Day leftover, actually. It comes on a really pretty yellow vinyl. Like I said, this one is not disappointing at all. It sounds very good. So if you see this one in the Record Store Day leftovers, by all means pick it up, buy it with confidence. You're not going to be disappointed with the sound quality. This next record is the main record I wanted from the second drop of Record Store Day. It's a fantastic record. I'm a huge fan of the artist, put it that way. And my friend Michael picked it up for me along with the DGs by the Foo Fighters record. I really like that one too. He picked those up for me because I was unable to get out that weekend. He also sent some really cool swag that his record store was giving away that day, and I really appreciate it. Here is a CD from the record store day drop that they were giving out as swag. Very cool. Haven't opened it yet. Looking forward to giving it a listen because I don't recognize anything on it. This is Metallica, a really cool poster that one of his record stores was giving away. It's got two sides. Very, very cool. Here is a Tom Petty, The Best of Everything poster. I really love this compilation that was made by Tom Petty. I really enjoy that, having that one. This one is the Beatles, Yellow Submarine. This is a really cool movie poster, as well as John Lennon and Yoko Ono's Imagine. So those were really nice posters that I was able to get. Thank you so much, Michael, for sending them my way along with these fabulous records. This one is incredible. The Windows of the World by Bobbie Gentry. I love Bobbie Gentry. She usually is singing country. It's a more country sound. She's got an incredible voice. And this one is a more jazz sounding record. It's stripped down to mainly her and a guitar for the most part. Her voice is a deeper, rich voice, and I think they captured it beautifully on this record. This is probably still in certain areas in the record store day leftover bins. It's a fantastic record, and I highly recommend it. Sounds incredible. None of these records, besides the Ted Nugent ones, are audiophile, more expensive records. These are all basic price records, and I just think they're fantastic. And here is another one that, if you missed out on the one step and you missed out on Mobile Fidelity's original master recording, fear not and do not be sad, because I think I have on here something that you would be very happy with. And this is Santana's Abraxas. This is the 50th anniversary of this album. It is cut by Kevin Gray, and it is killer. I can't compare it to the One Step or the OMR, but I'm quite pleased with this. It is a wonderful record. I saw Bob Bradley talking about it on his channel. After I saw him giving it the thumbs up, I bought it, and oh my goodness, it sounds so good. So if you are still looking for a very clean copy of it, this is a killer one to have. It has a reproduction of the poster. You know, I have an original, but it's got some clicks and pops. This is smooth and gorgeous. Love having that one. Now this one I can't recommend quite as highly as the Santana Abraxas. It's a compilation album, but for a compilation album it sounds pretty darn good. It is INXS, The Very Best Of. It's on silver vinyl, and it's good. It sounds really good, and for me, I don't need every single album that INXS did, although I am a fan. This one has everything from What You Need to Need You Tonight to Suicide Blonde, and it's just a very good compilation album. And the sound quality, I can't say it's off the charts, but it's good. I don't think you'd be disappointed with it. Like I said, it's on a silver vinyl, and if you see it and you like INXS, I just don't think you're going to be really disappointed with that compilation sound quality. Here's another one that I've been looking for a long time. Hard to find a clean copy of it. You need a clean copy of this because it's a very quiet, gentle album. It is Wes Montgomery's California Dreamin'. I do find the originals, but not in good enough shape to bring home. This one, as you see, it says Vital Vinyl. Original label, original tapes, original sound and design. It's a great sounding record. It's very clean, it's very pretty. Wes Montgomery was a beautiful guitar player and just incredible sound. So I'm quite pleased with this version of it. If you see it out there, you see this circle here, it's on a Verve label, pick it up. You won't be disappointed with that beautiful, gentle Wes Montgomery sound. This is a record that I think sounds fantastic. Another compilation. I give it the edge over that INXS album, although I still think that one sounds good. This is Neil Young's Greatest Hits. It's a fabulous 2 LP set. It's got a lot of the really great songs that you love from Neil Young. Very clean, very crisp, very beautiful. So I love having this one in the collection. And I don't have everything by Neil Young. I haven't quite become a really huge fan, but I think it sounds really good. This is what I need for now. I have Harvest, and I think I have After the Gold Rush or an album, something like that. I like those, but I love putting this one on because everything sounds so good. This is another great sounding record, another guitar player, and I put him a little bit along the lines of Wes Montgomery. He's got a little bit more of a Spanish flair, and I apologize if I say his name incorrectly. Gabor Szabo. I hope I said that right. I'm not really sure I did. This is a beautiful sounding record. It's called Dreams. And I recently picked this one up, and I believe it's cut from the original analog tapes. It is on a beautiful white vinyl. Beautiful record. If you like gentle guitar playing, you would love this. It's just wonderful. So I highly recommend this one too. Love it. The next one is a heavy rock album that had a very bad reputation for sound quality. Thankfully, I was watching the Flip Side Vinyl Community with JC, and he has a great channel. I love JC. If you get a chance, check out the Flip Side. He does videos where he's showing upcoming releases. I saw that this was an upcoming release, and it's always been a 1 LP record, and I've always heard the sound quality wasn't very good. But this is one where they made it 2 LPs, and so I thought, okay, if I'm gonna get this album on vinyl, this is the one to get, so I bought it. Thank you, JC, for talking about it. This is Queensryche, an incredible 2 LP set of Operation Mindcrime. Is it the best sounding record in my entire collection? Not at all, but from everything I understand, this is probably as good as it's gonna get when it comes to Operation Mindcrime. It actually has some really great moments, and for the most part is a good sounding record. Now I want to talk to you about my huge disappointment, something I really had been looking forward to. This is a record I've been wanting forever, for years. Velvett Fogg. This is a psychedelic record. It's got a song on here called Come Away Melinda. It sells for hundreds of dollars. It came out in 1969. But you know what? I was never able to get it because of the expense, and the usually the grading of the record was pretty low. So I always paused. And thankfully, Bill at Michigan Record Club, I saw him post it on Instagram. It had become a music on vinyl record. And I'm sorry, I've got some nudity going on in this week's video. Let me just do that here. This was something that really excited me. It's on purple vinyl, and it sounds good. Here's the problem. I got it on Saturday. My husband and I were getting ready to go somewhere, and I said, nope, we've got to stop and listen to this. I was so excited to hear it. When we put it on, it was going on for a while. I was so happy, and all of a sudden I heard, come away, come away, come away, and I was like, no, no. Sure enough, we looked at it. It had a huge scratch on it. So I'm going to have to try to find another copy. It's limited to 1,000. So it's going to be hard for me to be able to find another copy of it. I sure hope I do. This is something I've been wanting forever. And what a disappointment. But anyway, these are wonderful reissues. I highly recommend. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have recommendations. Subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.